by people in their lives that they value that they can't do it. They're living within the context of the opinions that other people have of them, the low expectations. Many people doubt themselves because when they thought about doing something at some critical point in their lives, somebody they respected and honored, somebody they believed in, somebody that they loved, someone they trusted said, "You can't do that." And they accepted that. As you look at your life, ask yourself the question, what would your life be like? What would your life look like if you decided not to care what people thought of you? What would your life be like if you decided to give up some of your fears? What would your life be like if you decided to become courageous? What would your life be like? If you decided to act on your dream, if you did what you felt in your heart. You know what courageous means? Tom Ruskin and Randy Reed said, they said that courage comes from a French word which means of the heart. But how does it feel to you? He says that courage, you know, it takes courage to live. Says most people go through life not allowing themselves to step out because they don't want to let go. They don't want to be blown around. They don't want to be moved. The courage to face life's whirling wind of contradictions. The courage to love yourself. The courage to love. For years, I was afraid to love. The courage to take a chance. The courage to be who you are. He says courage isn't for somebody else, for medals, applause, or moral debts. Courage is what at that moment feels most right for you. Not just situational ethics, but what feels right in your heart, the word of the heart, what feels right in your heart. One great philosopher says, cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. What does that mean? The valiant people aren't afraid? No, no, no. It means that they experience that fear and they move forward. They move forward anyhow. Many people are dead now. Many people are allowing their dreams to die. Many people are allowing the ideas to lie dormant and collect dust. Many people have all this talent and ability that they are allowing to be buried inside of them, that they will take with them to their graves because they didn't have the courage to be who they are. And I say, as you begin to look toward the future and manifesting your greatness, it's going to take everything in you, that your life deserves the concentrated effort to begin to look at how is it that I can express more of me? How is it that I can bring my ideas out here now? How is it? And start living with a sense of urgency because you're here today, you're gone today. Life is unpredictable. It's uncertain. There are no guarantees. No guarantees out here at all. So holding back, what are you waiting on? Ask yourself, what's the benefit of your waiting? What's the benefit of your not living your dream? What's the benefit of not listening to yourself? Oh, please, listen to yourself. You know the feelings. If you start listening to the feelings in your heart, and I'm doing it now more every day, I find that my feelings, I can trust them. And I say to you that as you look toward the future, you look at life on a daily basis, if there's something that you have been given, if you've heard something within yourself that you know that what you're doing now doesn't fit for you, it doesn't work for you, it's not giving you what you want, and there's something else that you want to do, don't allow that inner doubt in you to talk you out of it, to build a case on why you can't have it, to tell you why you're not good enough. You ignore that inner voice and all of the external voices. Don't judge the possibilities for what you can do based upon the circumstances, because the circumstances won't determine who you are. Don't determine what you're able to do based upon your resources. Don't determine what's possible for you based upon where your life is right now. Where your life is right now is not you. That's just what it is right now. But the possibilities for you are unlimited. If you're in a rebuilding process, it's unlimited. If you're coming back from adversity and devastation, it's unlimited of what you can do. That's the capacity of human beings. It doesn't matter how many mistakes you've made. It doesn't matter how many flops you've had. It doesn't matter how much money you've lost. In fact, I see it only as an investment of what you learn from life, not losses, but investments of what's possible for you. And I say to you that once you start listening to yourself, and as you begin to act on your dream, as you start just trying to find your way, doing what you can with what you have, you will start seeing things opening up for you. You'll start attracting people. You say, where'd they come from? Things will start coming together, clicking for you. You say, whoa. You start brainstorming. Ideas will come out of nowhere as you focus on it. The key to it is to begin to focus on what it is you want to do. Why, Les? Why is that important? Because as you focus on that which you want to do, that which we focus on, that which we give our energy to, it will begin to multiply. It will begin to expand. It will begin to develop your consciousness. And out of that comes your greatness. Out of that comes a commitment. Out of that comes a passion for life. Out of that comes a special power that you have in you that you haven't even called on yet. See, the powers that we have will never reveal themselves if we don't challenge them, if we don't put ourselves in a position where we have to use them. So one of the most important things, I was reading a book that's a really interesting book called Instant Millionaire, and the guy said, put yourself in a position where you can't retreat, where it's do or die, sink or swim. Here's what you'll find out. You'll develop incredible swimming skills. You'll find yourself stroking unlike you've ever seen before. Through the inspiration of desperation, you'll become more creative than ever before. So what is it? How do we handle that whole piece? Throw your whole self into it. See, most people go at it tentatively. They don't give all their stuff. They don't concentrate. They don't put everything they've got in them. One guy wrote a book called All You Can Do Is All You Can Do. And all you can do is enough. But he said, make sure you do all you can do. And if we're honest this evening, we know that we haven't done all we can do. So as we look at the future, we can decide that from this day forward, as I look at my personal relationships, if I look at my professional relationships, if I look at my family relationships, if I look at all the dimensions of my life, looking at myself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, I'm going to do all I can do to develop me, to bring my talent out here, to make a contribution to life.
Gil, Darvin, Jazz Fran, Jose, Eskimi, Wolfman, Khadija, Lashkimi. Come on, guys. Anissa Badam, Keenan JTR, Trigger Mortis, Napoleon, Vinny, Ramda, Mayor, Dreamer, Samurai, Marky Mark, Phoenix, Stephanie, Julian, Hans CM, Joda, Lumberjack, George, Shaheen, the board. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Here on this beautiful Thursday, October 18th. Holiday in India, Dasara. Holiday of Dasara in India. Right, Bloomberg Consumer Confidence in 14 minutes. That's a wonderful number. Natural gas in 1 hour. So really not much, nothing. FOMC member Quarles speaks at 11:30. All right, so nothing going on as far as fundamentals are concerned. Right. Okay. Marlon, Bundo, Digital Eye, Gigi, Jamie, Pip Extractor. What do we got? Let's see. Let's see if anything makes any sense. Seems like it's a little slow this morning. All right, so here we got nothing. All right, so the plan is that if you're looking for number one, which is a living arrow on the living candle, well, there is none. There's no living arrow on the living candle. All right, the last candle is the candle you look for on the 1 and 4. So if there is no arrow on 1 and 4, then you look for a trend. Look for a trend, a significant trend. Okay, so I don't know this one here. It's you know, slightly up, you could say, but I think it's confused. This one is more directed to the downside. Now look at this. Look at this. Also, this slightly up though. Okay, this one is now down. This one is flat. Okay, so I don't know. All right, so if you don't know, all right, just look for trend. If there was a strong trend, then you look for bounces off the orange roads and BB bands, right? But if there is no strong trend, in my opinion, there is no strong trend, then you look for strategy number 3. Strategy number 3 says look for 5 and or 15-minute signals. Okay, so this is basically what it is. Banding, sometimes even banding, guys. You know, you could even say look for 5 or 15-minute signals, or banding, guys. Banding, from the top you go down, from the bottom you go up. All right, so when number 1, number 2 makes no sense, you opt for strategy number 3. Okay, so very, very slow, as you can see. All right, so this one, look at this. This one has an arrow. Okay, all right, nothing on 1, but there is an arrow on number 4. Okay, now this is at the bands. It's interesting. Outside the bands. All right, so if you are to do this, you follow this. You gotta follow the strategy number 1, where it says follow the direction of the 4-hour and or 1-hour arrow. So you have one. So now I'm not sure if this guy was here when all of this took place. Okay. All right. So right now, it's very slow, guys. Listen, I don't know. I hate markets like this. This is really, like, when you start seeing markets that are not moving, no one is telling you that you have to trade at this very moment. Okay, so you could just, relax a little bit and see what happens. Okay, with time, maybe 10 o'clock, things might move a little faster. All right, but when things are slow, guys, everything gets messed up. Here's the UCAD. The UCAD, look, UCAD will have a signal outside the band. All right, so we have another number 1 going through the UCAD. So was this it? Right here, from the top of the bands. Okay, made some sense. It seems like it made some sense, and number 1 made sense. Here we have no arrow. So no arrow, you look for trend. There's no trend. I don't think this is a strong trend, right, guys? This is ziggy-zaggy. And look at this. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. So if you don't have a number 1 in play, nor a number 2, number 3. Beautiful. Look at this. 5 and or 15-minute signals going right through. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Julian picks this up. Makes sense. From the top of the bands. Goes from the very top of the bands. Okay, we don't have a strong trend, so there it is. There it is. Huh? Banding away off of signals. Right? Yeah. Number 3. GU is under the spell of the number 3 strategy. Okay. Yeah, but Janice, why? Why are you minus 11? Like, what are you trading, Janice? I think you're over trading, Janice. Seriously? I think you just want to, like, have fun, right? You're not serious. You just want to, like, click, 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 click. Let me just click, 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 click. You know? Follow the arrows. Follow the arrows. If you followed the arrows, if you blindly would have taken all trades from the bottom of the bands, you would have won them all. Top of the bands. So, I don't know, get this right, because Janice, listen, the more, no, Jasper, are you like entitling something? Are you planting a seed? Jasper, no one is on tomorrow. All right, so I guess Jasper wants to come on tomorrow. Much appreciated, thank you. Tomorrow, I think he's asking for tomorrow. Okay, so Janice, be smart, because let me tell you, whatever habit whatever habit you are forming right now, okay, because you're maybe clicking away and just trying to have fun, is a habit you might have to break later on. So might as well build yourself a good habit from the start, so so that you won't have to unlearn everything you're doing now. Okay, be smart. Always make sure you're taking it from the bottom to the top, or from the top to the bottom, Janice. You know, come on. Oh, okay. So hold on. Okay, great. So Jazz Friend's coming on now, or is it tomorrow? In 5 minutes? All right. Bam. Today and tomorrow? Really? What a special time, man. Okay. All right. Okay, so there they are. There they are. A little slow. Maybe 10 o'clock might get things moving a little harder, faster. See what happens. Let me know when you're ready, Jazz. Call yourselves a super special. All right. For those of you that are following the Canadian legalization of marijuana, unbelievable. I've seen some highlights from the news. Unreal, guys. Okay, they've lined up, and I think they're still lining up. They're still lining up. Okay, meaning lineups around the block for them to get a hit of marijuana. Unreal. How crazy this is. No, they have special outlets, special outlets just for that. And remember, Mercy, I did pretty good. I've invested in a few companies that really took off like crazy. All right, so unreal. All right, so Jas runs ready. Give me a second. All right, let me give that Jas friend first of all the controls. So there go the controls. And now, okay, here we go. All right, Jas, have fun, and I'll catch you later. Thank you for doing this, man.
Is it a bit loud, MT? Or is that okay or what? Perfect, right, okay. All right, MT, I'm going to send you something in a bit. Just something I've done off my own charts. I did it last night to show Janice. Okay, and I'll just need you to put it up quickly, mate. In fact, I will do that now while the charts are a bit quiet. I'll just find it and then send it to you. Hi guys, you all right? Where did I put it? There we are. Right, I've just sent you the Gayazo thing, MT. I just want to show you something here, Janice, right? And this is why the 1 and 4s are so important, okay? Once you understand, you know, how important the 1 and 4s are, in particular the 4 hours, right, you will not go wrong, okay? You are listening, aren't you, Janice? Because I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Janice, answer me. Is she here? Janice, are you here? Not gone for a pee again, have you? Oh my God, Janice, where are you? Come on. Can you hear me, Igor? If not, refresh, mate. Janice! Ah, right. Right, can you hear me, Janice, yeah? Can you hear me? Yes. Answer yes, no? Right, okay, right. Just quickly put it up, MT. Right, Janice, look at each of those trades on that picture there, right? I'm not sure if I can circle them. I'll see if I can quickly. I want to get this out of the way because everybody's trading. Right, first one was here. See it. Second. Right, third. Now, each and every one of them trades, Janice, there, were in yesterday's session, okay? Now, the reason I took every one of them is because we had a 4-hour signal, okay? Now, when you have a 4-hour signal on the charts, it will take price on the 1-hour charts to the orange line, all right? So basically, that 4-hour signal says you can trade safely in that direction until at least until you hit the 1-hour orange line, okay? Yesterday you seemed a bit lost. Oh, should I take this down? Should I take that? You should ignore the downs. There's some quite nice downs there, as you can see. Okay, but you should ignore them. Okay, and just trade in the direction of the 4-hour. Thanks, MT. Cheers for putting that up. In the direction of 4-hour until you hit, you know, the 1-hour orange line, and then you start thinking, oh right, if I get reversal signals, then that's when you go against, okay? But if you look at every one of those trades there, Janice, they were all winners. Every one of them, okay? You wouldn't have lost unless you got in, you know, at the top of the BB bands. The other thing to point out, Janice, is that when we have low momentum days, you will find that price does come off the BB band on the 5-minute charts, right? When we have higher momentum, it tends to come off the orange line on the 5-minute charts. Okay, Janice, do you understand there that each and every one of those trades were taken off the bottom BB band on the 5-minute chart? All right, but in the direction that the 4-hour was pointing. Do you understand that, Janice? So if you see a 4-hour, it will be a number one. Okay, yeah, you could have taken them. Each and every one of them there went for more than 10 pips. This one here was a 25 pip. Oh, hang on. Anyway, this second trade was a 25 pip move. Okay, so you could have open TP'd that until the momentum turned against you. When momentum turns against you, that's when you get out. Okay, so if you understand that now, if you see a 4-hour again and you've plenty of room between where price is and the 1-hour orange line, okay, just take the trades in that direction. Don't try to go against a 4-hour. All right, Janice? I mean, I will help you. I mean, I was hoping for a better day today. All right, MT, you can take that off, mate. I was hoping for a better day, you know, to be able to show you. That's why I said, can I come on tomorrow instead of today? But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, we've got a UCAD one there. You can see now a number one on the UCAD. Have I got control? Yeah, got control now. Show you again there. You've got your number one on the UCAD. Look what's happened. Pretty much on the top BB band and down. Okay, price went up, you see. Then you take it there down. All right. I know you understand that. What I'm trying to get across to you is why you are taking trades in that direction. And this is, you know, the importance of the 1 and 4s. They give you direction. They tell you, you know, which way to trade and for how long, basically. You saw with that GU trade, you know, trades that I put up from yesterday. But if you'd have taken any of those trades, you'd have won to the upside. All right? Even if you know you got in at terrible timing and it did go against you for a bit, eventually it would have won. Okay, because of the 4-hour signal. But if you're trying to go against that and it starts to go against you, you know, the chances are you're going to lose. All right. this is the thing, Janice. What you now have to do, and I'll just go into that in a moment. You might get away with this one. I know there's a 4-hour signal there, okay, and people, but look where you are, and it's slow as well. You know, so it's one of them. Sometimes you have to wait for it to bounce back up before taking it. Where did you take it? At what price did you take it? You trade. Janice, did you take that EU and at what price? Well, it's one anyway. You'd have taken it on that red there, it's one, so. Well, basically, 96, right? So what we on 99, 96, 95. Yeah, well, 96 was a bad price to take it down. If you were going to take it, you should have taken it here, which is about 99. But as I said, there's not much volume at the moment, Janice. You know, you can see there, look, the BB bands, what are we? Probably 95 to 99. It's about 5 or 6 pips there. You know, it's just very slow. Sometimes, you know, markets don't wake up that early. As to, I mean, I've not taken a trade yet, and I wouldn't have taken that one, basically, because of where we are now here. I know there's a 4-hour, I know it's downtrending, you know, but as slow as it is, and the fact that we're way outside here, that's, there's not enough room there for me to get a trade in. Yeah, a PP, yeah. See, what I actually think, you know, when you're kind of this close, like with a GU there, you're right on the BB bands, you've no 4-hour, no 1-hour. I know people will consider this blue, but that, to me, that blue may have done its job. You know, it was right on the BB band, and it's come down, it's brought price down. So you need something fresh to, you know, say for sure that it's going to go that way. Again, it's recognizing, I know, you know, a slow market, and as you can tell, I mean, if you look up on the EU Heikin-Ashi chart there, where price is at the moment is 94, okay, and look where the top BB band is, 99. That's 5 pips. You know, that tells you that the market's slow. All right, it's possible that, you know, things will open up in a bit. Well, that's the thing, Janice. That's why I said if it's easier to keep it consistent if you just do what the 1 and 4s tell you. Like today, it's a bit slow, so we won't use that as an example. But yesterday, there wasn't much volume in the market, so it was slow again yesterday. But still, every trade on that GU that went in the direction of that 4-hour red, if you remember, it stayed the entire session. Every trade in that direction, and there were 6 of them during the session, won. So if you'd have just taken them 6 trades for, even if you'd have gone open TP, you know, I think 6 trades at least 10 pips a trade there, Janice, 60 pips. And it will take time, Janice. You will get it. You will understand this. You know, it's just, as I say, looking for your direction and then just trading in that direction until you hit the orange lines. Okay, so I think that's what you should do now, Janice. Look for a 4-hour signal when we come in the room, or look for, you know, a 1-hour signal when we come in the room, and then you've got your direction. Then that gives you your direction. Once you've got your direction, you just look for signals on the 5-minute charts, momentum on the 5-minute charts correlating with the DX, like now on the EU and the DX, or, you know, even off the Heikin-Ashi charts. Okay, as long as you're getting momentum, the trade will move. And there you go, it's opening up a bit now. GU is a nice trade. It was the 5-minute Shaheen. Yeah, I just she was just a bit lost, and when people get lost, and then, you know, you've got me and PP trying to tell her the same thing, and somebody else is trying to tell her something else, and, you know, they tend to start getting confused and you're asking all the wrong questions. And you know, once you break this down, guys, it's really simple. I mean, if you just look at the golden ticket, there's a 1 hour, 4 hour, 4 hour in particular with that GU yesterday. It stayed all session. So for me, the only way I was going to trade that, or I would say the only way I would advise people to trade that would be up, you know, and you would take it off the bottom BB band. Like you look at the GU now. In fact, we use the EU because it's got a 4 hour. Right, look what was happening here. You know, it's off the orange line because you obviously had a lot more volume at that time. Okay, this time it's come up off the BB band, right? But it's gone in the direction of the 4 hour signal. Okay, you know, and this is how powerful these 4 hours are. The 4 hours in particular, I love. Current 1 hour, pretty flat. It's pretty flat, Shine. But to me, Shine, if you get something that's like this, then you just revert to number 3. It's like I did actually say it as MT was mentioning it before about the number 3s. Right, look at that. What's the trend there? You got green, green, red, red, green, red, green. There's no trend there. Look at this. Look at the orange line on this chart here on the EG. You know, it's crossed over the yellow line three times there. That's no trend. But look what's been working. Okay, I can only show you that one and that one there. Well, the 5 and 15s have worked. You know, so it's pretty basic, guys. It did look like a number 3 day on. You know, on this, when I look at the 30-minute chart there, I would say, yeah, it's probably started off with a 5 and a 15. Because if you look on the 1 hour chart, there's only one 1 hour signal. And that was right off the bottom BB bands here. You know, so it probably was a 5 and 15-minute signal day. It works a treat, MT. Works a treat, mate. Right. So, again, let's have a look then. Let's see what we see now. This signal could possibly, right, push price just to the BB band. I won't actually block that. And then you may get some up. That one in it, arrow. You see here, it might just push price to that BB band, and then we start going up again. Okay. GU, you've already hit this BB band here. You've nothing on the 4 hours that says it's going to go further down. That's not to say that something won't appear. You know, possibly, I wouldn't say happy hour. It's a good way off that. Yeah, you're probably going to get you know, fairly decent bounce on the GU. UCAD, again, there's no trend here. That's not easy to read on the 1 hour. Look at this. Look at it. It's just ranging, and I mean, it's not even a tight margin, that is it? A big margin. 53 there. The last one was 35, so about 18 pips on the 15-minute. Okay, so again, it could be one of them days where you're looking at, you know, a 15-minute, 5 and 15, number 3s, I should say. All right. There's a pair that we are getting some momentum. Right. Okay, look, guys, GU 4 hour. Something did turn up. Again, where's it going to go? Probably to this BB band here. Okay. No, I wouldn't. Do you use, look, the way I see the EU guys at the moment, Right, I'll just get this. We're looking at where we are. We've got a number one here. There's a red arrow here. You've got, you know, some kind of mem here. You're getting a collection of signals here, so it could be going up. Okay. I wouldn't take it yet. I'd want a fresh 15-minute super to start this off. Okay, or at least something anyway, because you've got a 30-minute super and you've got a 1 hour red. Yeah, outside the BB bands as well. But the point, the point I'm trying to make here is, guys, you don't have to get in straight away. You don't have to dive in. You know, when you outside these BB bands like this, sometimes they give you really, you know, 20, 30 pip moves. So getting in straight away and then it goes against you, sometimes it can be a bit, you know, it can knock your confidence if it starts to go against you. You know, personally, as I've said in the past, I don't worry about it because I'll move the stop loss if I have to. But for a newbie, to see a trade going like 6, 7 pips against you, it's like, oh God, you know. So just wait for the 15. Turning price around, guys. There's another thing. Turning price around. Right, a 5-minute signal is not going to turn price around. Okay, you know what I mean? 5-minute signal would be great going with the direction, say the 1 and 4s, or with the trend, right? But a 5-minute turning, even a short-term trend around, no chance, mate. You need a 15. At the moment, I think when you get a situation like this, Shaheen, you've got two choices. You can stay clear of it, okay, because it's confused. But basically, what I've said in the past is you trust the longer term, but that doesn't mean you should ignore, you know, that 1 hour signal, because if that 1 hour signal was super, you can see, judging by the 30-minute, the 15-minute charts, that you're now getting signals that say it might want to go up. Okay, I'll come to you in a minute, Janice. Hang on. That it might want to go up. So basically, you're waiting. You can't ignore it. If it goes super, you start getting green momentum. Then you have to, you know, well, again, you can ignore it. You can just stay away from that pair because, as I say, the 1 and 4s are different. But I've learned in the past that, you know, overall, I'll go with the longer term, but it doesn't mean I'll ignore the 1 hour. The rest of the setup is there. You know, supers. Let's say a red yellow appears on the 15-minute next to that blue now. I'm not going to ignore that because I know that's going to go up. You understand? So the choice basically is yours. Ignore it. Would I be taking it down? No. No, because you've got a 4 hour right near the BB band and you've got a 1 hour against it. So would I be taking that down? No. If the 1 hour goes super, would I be taking it up with a 15-minute signal next to that blue? Yes, because of the rest of the setup. Okay. Right, Janice. What happened? What happened? What you took the GU what? Which way, Janice? No, no digital line. No, you want something next to that 15. The 15s are very important, guys. Very important. Put it this way, that a 5-minute signal might only give you 5 pips. Right now, if you get in 1 pip short, you know, or a bit late on that, you're not going to get out. Okay. A 15-minute will give you more than 5 pips. Okay, so if you're getting a bit late, right, you're going to get at least a 5 pip winning. All right. Yeah, Badam. That's the thing, Badam. Right. The GU didn't have a 1 hour, did it? Up. You know, it's still got the 4 hour. If you look at the EU, how it's struggling now to go down, that's because it's got a 1 hour fighting against the 4 hour down. Okay. Right, Janice, let me get back to Janice. I sold it at 98 and it went up to 04 and I closed it -7. You sold it at 98 and it went up. Right, so 98, you sold it somewhere. Just let me get the arrow, I think. Let's have a look. Arrow. So you sold it somewhere here, Janice. Somewhere there. Yeah. And it went up. Or was it earlier on? 10 5-minute candles ago. Okay, I see. So you sold it on this one here. Right, and it went up against you here. Yeah. The 3 green candles that follow. I see what you mean now, yeah. Okay. All right, so you got out, Janice. Yeah? You got out 7 pips down, yeah? What's this here, Janice? This is what I was explaining to you before, because I know the 4 hour turned up late. I think you were in way before that, weren't you? Right. But look what happened. I know it went against you. Right, but this is what I was trying to explain in that, you know, the picture I was showing before, how every trade eventually would have won. Because it went 7 against you, you panicked. It does happen, you know. It used to happen to me. I used to tell the members in the room that I'd get out when something went 4 or 5 pips against me, but I don't do that anymore. Okay. I don't think there was a 4 hour at the time, Janice. Should you have taken a trade? You would have had a 15-minute signal, and there was definitely a 5-minute signal behind the box, wasn't there? So yeah, you know. But what? It was during the slow period as well, Janice. We did mention, didn't we, that it was very slow at the time. Yeah, you can't do that, guys. If you've got to stop this panicking, right? Because if you've read the 1 and 4s correctly, right, and you've got your direction, like I've shown you before on my own charts, all right, you had the direction figured out, and then at any point, if you got in late, at any point, you would have won. Yeah, Janice, I'm just waiting on a 15. See here, something to go with this blue. I know we've got a 30-minute here, but I want a 15 as well. Okay, but if you get a 15, Janice, then the EU is going to go up. You've got a 1 hour as well. Okay. Oh God. Yeah, they do digital eye, but as I say, I keep referring to the 15s. They just, it's like you know, you keep getting a 5-minute flashing up, and if you look at the 5-minute charts here, you know, and here, well, watch this. Right, how much has the EU gone down there? Right, how much has it gone down there? It's not really gone, has it? Okay, so a 15, I know a 15-minute signal up would have pushed that price up, working in, you know, correlation with the 1 hour. All right, but this is what you're seeing now. This 4 hour is struggling, but it's fighting against the 1 hour. There you go. You see, no 15, and it's going down. All right. The 30s do matter, but you know, I've noticed that the best trades, when you're turning price around, have the 15-minute signal, a 15-minute super, and you know, rather than just a 30-minute super. The way to look at it is, right, that the signals come on the lower time frames first. So you'll see it first here on the Heiken Asher, then you'll see a 5-minute signal, Yes, there was a 30. I'm just going to use it as an excuse, guys, but that's a big gap, 5 minute to 30 minute, right? So when you see that, it's like um, I don't know, when somebody says ready, steady, go, imagine the Heikenhashi chart being the ready, the 5 minute being the steady, and the 15 minute being the go. You understand? It's just, well, especially when you're turning price around. Jazz, is that what you explain on the UC 15 minutes signal? Oh, right. So, because a 15 just appeared, did it? Mancy, yeah. I know, yeah. It's just the easiest way for me to put it. Yeah. That would be it, Mancy, yeah. There was a 30, wasn't there? And then there's a 15 appeared, yeah. But again, look, this is where price is heading. Are you going to get some upside to the EU in a bit? Definitely. Look where you are. You know, at the moment, the DX is well in control. Again, Janice comes back to strength of the 4 hour signals again. You see every signal, I mean, you would have won the EU. I'm not sure if you did win that or not. You would have won that GU now because it was way up here, wasn't it? There, so, down here, you would have won it. I know that you can sort of like look at the GU and say the 4 hour signal wasn't there, but oh dear. Which one, Janice? The EU? When did you get in Digital Eye? You're looking at this, aren't you? 8-hour blue there. That what you're looking at, Dips? 94. Well, look now, Janice. This is why you've got to not panic. Look what we're at. It's touched 80, 1480. So you'd have had 16 pip so far. What do I think of the 8-hour blues? They're good. They're good. The blues anywhere are good, guys. But the best place for them, in my opinion, because we trade 2.5 to 3 hours. Okay, is on the 4 hour charts. There's one there that you can just about see. There's one there. And it's basically because, you'll see them perform during the session. How do you get patience? You just, how do you get patience, right? I think we need to get you winning first, Janice. Okay. So, when you, as I say, when you understand where a 4 hour signal, what a 4 hour signal is going to do, it's going to take price. Okay, we're talking in reverse here because we're talking downtrends. I'll just show you here. See the EU, GU, see the EU, right? Because we're against. Now, can you just see the EU signal? There's a yellow here, just behind the bubble. Can you just see that, Janice? Can you see that one on the EU 4 hour? Yeah, you can see that yellow, right? Look where it went. Look where it went, right? Look what it did on the 1 hour, right? So let's say you got in early. You'd seen this early doors, right? And there's loads of space to the orange line here, right? You can take any trade then on the 5-minute, 15-minute setups, even Heiken-Ashi to a degree. You'd still need a 5-minute or a 15-minute signal with it, right? In that direction, because you know where it's going. That's what the 4 hours do. They tell you that they're going to the orange lines, right? But when they're with the trend, right, they destroy that. Look what's happened here. This one's gone to the BB band here, right? And it's gone right through the orange line here, all the way down to here. Okay? That's what they do. You know, when you get a good correlation like that with the trend, and if you look at the GU trend there on the 8 hours, that's down. You probably say that's on its way down on the daily as well. All right, but you know when you see a 4-hour signal that it's going to either a BB band or to an orange line. So when you see that, your confidence then is that, right, I can trade that direction until we hit the orange line or that BB band. As I shown you earlier with the GU from yesterday, every trade you took up won, right? Because that 4-hour signal stayed all session. Okay, and that will give you the confidence to be patient, to know that it doesn't matter. It's going forward against me, and I don't have to worry. It's going to the orange line. I'll stay until it gets to the orange line. Excuse me. And that's what we need to do. Get you just constantly trading the correct way. And the other thing is, Janice, if you're still unsure when to get out, whatever, just set yes, I do. Just set you know, a take profit for 10 pips, okay, or 5 pips just to start off, and wait until it wins. I don't smoke cigarettes, Janice. I smoke roll-ups, so not good for your cigarettes. Right, so okay, right. Let's have a look now. What we've got, well, I think at happy hour you'll get the reversals that you're waiting for, guys. You know, the 1 hour keeps appearing here. There's some signals here are blue as well on the 8-hour EU, but at the moment, you just look at this. This is mega strong. You know, the DX is in total control. Well, that's why, Janice. You know, if you did open TP, if you took this trade here and you did open TP, what we're looking at, it went down to 80, didn't it? Here, I think so. You'd have been into there, okay, and then now you might have got out because you've got the signal plus momentum's flipped. You see how momentum's turned green now? Now you would get out, okay? Even if it does more after that, it doesn't matter. That was your strategy. A signal appeared and you got out. Sold it at 83. I think that's where you should be exiting, not getting in the trade there. You see, look, it's correlating momentum now, so that would be your close. So you'd have got in on the arrow here, okay, and you'd have got out of the trade there. All right, that's, you know, instead of saying, oh, I'm sick of taking just 5 pips, then that's open TP. That's how you trade open TP. And again, if you wanted more confirmation, look where you are. on the 4 hour, right on the BB band. Yeah, GU's flying, isn't it? Down, I mean, by the way. No. There's no... Just one's a bit more sensitive than the other, Shaheen. You shouldn't really worry about it, though. You know, if they're both flashing the same colour, you're okay. Did you nail it, MT? Yeah. Nice. There you go, Janice. Let's have a look what's GG say. Alert, Jazz, when something moves so strong like GG now, what would get you in a game of missed entry? Well, I'd have to pull back, GG, you know that. You can't chase now. No, even if it's flashing loads of red momentum. Nice one, MT. What's up, Janice? No, Jamie. No, it's my lighter. Right. You know, yesterday when I told you, oh, just get in, and MT was saying, no, you should wait. Okay. You remember yesterday on the UCAD? The reason I said that you could have got in then when momentum just turned red, right, was the fact that it was so far outside the BB bands. It was like this here. You know, it was so far outside, and the setup said it was going the opposite way. Okay, and generally these kind of moves go for 20 to 30 pips. It went 20 pips, I think, and then it went down a bit more after a pullback after that. Okay, and that's why I said it at the time. All right, it is better to wait for it to pull back. If you look, just give you an example here. If you look at the EU 5-minute chart, right, it's come down and then it pulled back here. That's the kind of thing, right? When you see a move, if you can see it go back up like that, right, and then you get red momentum again, as you obviously did then, that would be your entry to get right back in again. Okay. No, sometimes, GG, you don't need an arrow because you tend to find that signals go signal to signal unless it's a really strong trend. And if you look at the EU there, you had 2 red down, a small red up, but then look what happened, it went down again. And when you've got plenty of momentum, if momentum's flashing, you don't always need a signal. Okay, but I mean, if you wanted to get a signal, then look, the signal for that was there anyway, GG. Look, it was on the Heikinashi. See, bang down, and then up. Okay. All right, mate. No worries. Right. Yeah, I think at happy hour you're going to get your the reversals today because you've come right outside here. You're starting to get, you know, you're right on the BB band there as well. Blue there, outside on the daily. GU pretty similar. We'll give it another 10, 15 minutes, unless, you know, you get a really strong setup here. A red yellow on the 15-minute might do you on the EU. Oh, Janice. Ignore it, Gigi. Yeah, you've got your set up here now. Red, pink, red, pink, 30, red. Yeah, yeah. There's a trade in there. It's there. It's there. Look, and it's just turned red, yellow as well. Plus, you're getting momentum, guys. This is the important thing when you know you're getting momentum. It's correlating. Look, the DX is red, the EU is green, the GU is green. That's correlation, and it's you know yellow red, which is what I said. If you get a yellow red. What I get in the EU now? You know what? I'd wait. I'd do now. We go. You see the EU 5 minutes? See how it's just burst up through the orange line on the 5 minutes. I'd just wait now for that just to pull back down to the orange line. Okay, so you can't chase that now. You know, even if it flies up, you know, sometimes they'll win. Other times they'll just come straight back against you. Always look at it as it hits a purple line, it's like resistance, and you know it'll bounce back. GU didn't have anything on the 1 hour, but this is not as strong as setup neither. It might evolve though. That's the thing with these trades. Sometimes they do, you know, become better. Like keep an eye on the EU 1 hour and 4 hour. If the 4 hour disappears and the 1 hour goes super, you know, there's a good chance it could hit the orange line on the 1 hour. Uh, yeah, it's still safer, Gil. I'll tell you what, Gil. The way to look at it, right, is if you haven't got the 15, but the 1 hour went super, or 30-minute went red yellow, you know, or you got a 5 minute signal that was red yellow, you know, plus everything else that you had lined up, then I presume MT's making some money. Then yeah, you know, you can say, and again, Gil, it's all about momentum. You were getting correlating momentum, if you remember, if you recall. So again, you've got to take that into account. Just say, yeah, right, okay, I've taken that chance. I mean, you look at the setup, Gil. You're outside on daily 8 hour. You've got an 8 hour blue. You're outside on the 4 hour, and you had a 1 hour signal. Oh, stop mithering. You know, so everything was in your favour, Gil, to take that trade. It's just that I would have liked that 15, you know, to be there from the start. Right, you see now ego, you see how it's pulling back on the 5 minute chart, it's touched the orange line. Okay, there. Okay, this is pretty much an entry. You see, it's just dealing with the orange line here. If the setup is still there, right, when that touches the line, okay, and let's say you start flashing green momentum again, then you're good to go. That's your entry again. Nice, MT. And there you go. Look, you see, you got momentum, and up it goes. TP time? You mean close it, Shine? No, don't close it, mate. No, no, you're still getting green momentum. Wait until momentum turns on you, mate. Or you get a 5-minute signal against you. But basically, I would look at the momentum turning. Look, you see how it's correlating, Shine? GU and EU both green. That means that the DX is still red. Okay. Yeah, don't forget about the momentum. The momentum is major important. Look at it this way, Shane. Whatever you do, okay, you're in the green. You're taking pips. You're making money, and that's what it's all about. So it doesn't matter. If you want to get out early, take your 6, 7, 8 pips, whatever it gave, then so be it. You've got money in the bank, and you're going to fight the next trade. Well, again, GG, the 5-minute arrow will turn up very shortly, right? Why? I'll show you why. Because of this. Okay? Because of that touch on that wall. Okay? So now you have to look and say, well, do I trust this setup to continue? You've got a 30-minute ping, right? You've got a 1 hour, right? We're not going to take into account the other 3 long-term trades, but you've got a 1 hour. Now, what does that 1 hour say where price is going? What does that 1 hour say? That 1 hour signal tells you something. It tells you a story. It tells you that the 30-minute is going to touch the orange line. Exactly. So on the 30-minute, yeah, right? So do you get out when you panic and see a 5-minute signal against you? No. The reason I've said this in the past is that you can get out, take your profit, and then when it comes back to the orange line on the 5 minutes, if the setup's still there, the 1 hour's still there, you've still got room here on the 30-minute, right? So then you look again for momentum or another signal to the upside. This is what I was trying to explain to Janice yesterday, that every time, because of the 4-hour signal, right, every time the trade hit the BB bands, it went up, okay, on the 5-minute chart, and it kept doing that because of the 4-hour signal. So again, GG, it comes down to you whether you get out or you stay in, or but for me, as long as that 1 hour signal stays there, okay, even after the little pullbacks, if it flashes off and then flashes back on, then the 30-minute orange line is going to be touched. It depends, GG. I would probably take some profit there. I'd start with 2 trades. I would take some profit there and then look again for another entry point, which would be on the 5-minute chart possibly. Okay. Like I'd close one of the trades, leave one running, but close one of the trades, and then after this move, if you look at the EU now, you're getting a signal there, right? That's because it's approaching. It's just dealing with the 15-minute orange line, and it's approaching the 30-minute orange line. So if it pulls back a little bit, just watch for an up signal or green momentum again. This is what I was saying before, Igor, right? That the 4-hour did its job. It came and touched, even probably went through a little bit at the BB bands on the 4-hour chart. That's why you could trust the 1 hour signal. Okay? I know it came down a little bit more before it got going, and that's why I said you need to wait for the 15s, because you're turning price around. The 15s are major important. So now you see you've got not only a signal but the momentum's flipped. So that would have been your exit. So you close your trade on that, right? Wait for price to come back here to this orange line. Might go a little bit further, don't panic too much, but if you get another signal up, or if momentum flips again, the DX starts flashing red and the EU green, okay, then you would get back into the upside. If your 1 hour still there, and you pretty much, if you look at that there, you pretty much touch that, very close to touching that orange line on the 30 minutes. So, you know, the 1 hour did what it said on the tin, basically. Yeah, it was very close to a psychological number, wasn't it? Yeah, but with the setup, that could actually go through. And you use about 5 pips off it as well, won't it? Okay, so you can't, Janice, do you understand what happened there? Igor, was that all right? Did he explain all right to you there, mate? Well, if there's any questions, Janice, just ask, and you know we'll get them resolved. So tomorrow you can, you know, really attack it tomorrow. Another thing, Janice, if you get a chance over the weekend, there are some videos on the 1 and 4 hours on the channel. Watch them. Watch them. They'll give you a better idea of what, you know, the 1 and 4 hours do. You can buy it, Janice, if right, if when this pullback's over, now you see how it's coming back to the orange line here on the 5 minutes. Okay, if this 1 hour signal is still here, okay, and you're probably going to need another signal now up as well on the 5 minutes, or even on the Heikin-Ashi, right? But you need momentum to flip. These need to go green, okay, and the DX one there needs to go red. All right, you can't just buy blind. You've got to, you know, the momentum has got to flip in your direction. But again, it depends on, you know, whether this setup is still here, this 1 hour in particular. You know, because if the 1 hour flashes off, there's always the chance that that 4 hour could kick in again. You understand? Because basically then all it's done is it's bounced off the BB band. Do you understand? On the 4 hour. Again, it comes down to momentum, but just watch and wait and see. What have we got? You've got about 40 seconds before the next candle. So next candle. But you see, this is the kind of thing here, you know, you're not just watching for one thing, Janice, you're watching for one of two things. Okay, you'd be watching for a signal up, okay, and you're watching for something here as well. If you get a 15-minute down, okay, this could really go down again, back down to this BB band on the 15-minute chart. Okay, so that's what you're watching for now, a 15-minute down, or, you know, a fresh 5-minute up. MT's killing it, guys. Take that down, man. So yeah, take it. Yeah, it was the better option down for the GU. You've got your 4 hour there, and there was no 1 hour. There's just no 1 hour telling you it was going up. Yeah, I'd say a number 3 MT because the trend looks pretty hard to read. But nevertheless, if you look there, you know, you touch the or virtually touch the BB band, you know, and you've got your 15 and your 5 plus a 30. So yeah. On what, Lakshmi? On what, Anissa? On GU? Oh, right, okay. 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 Well, it comes down, all right then. There was. Okay. Then it comes down to the rest of the setup. Now look at this setup here. All right. And look at the EU setup on the 15 minutes. You know, you had a blue red against a red yellow, which is strongest. If I were MT, guys, I would be up at probably 3 a.m. trading the you know, the European markets at the moment in particular because of Brexit and everything else that's going on. Yeah, it is Mansa, yeah. I think Mansa, I think with happy hour, we're virtually on happy hour, you know. I would look at them now. It's possible. It might be a bit late today, but I don't think I would continue taking them down now. Gee, you know, it depends, mate. There are lots of different reasons to take the GU and the EU down. Say, you know, them 4 hours going red yellow, definitely. Daily appearing on GU in particular, say down a red yellow, definitely going to go down. You know. But again, it comes down to this now. It's like, and the fact that you're on happy hour. So it's a matter of waiting now and see what happens. I know what you're thinking. If it turned up now a 15-minute signal, well, I wouldn't take that down without something else appearing. You know. UCAD was a nice. What was it? What did he say? Number 2, number 3. Yeah, number 3, I think. I'm not saying it was bad, Badam. I'm not saying it was bad. You know, obviously it's proved that it wasn't bad. You know, especially when again you had the fact that they were all correlating. You know, this here tells you that the DX is in control. You know, you know, it tells you that the DX is in control, and when the DX is in control, 5-minute correlation pans out. Nice man, sir. Excuse me. but that's been a weird one today, and the EG, even so, you know, the 15 minutes, 5 and the 15s have worked, haven't they? Julian, how are you, bud? Yeah, yeah, GG. Yeah, I actually think because it's happy hour and um, you know, when I look at where we are in the 104s, GG, it's possible that they're going to go up again, the GU and the EU. Killing it, are you, mate? Yeah. Definitely got your mojo back, haven't you? Yeah. It didn't take Anissa to give you a rollicking neither like it did with Hans. Completely, DZ. Yeah. Oh, and congratulations on your MT status, DZ. He's a new man, you're right. A five might do it digital eye because your last 15 minute was up. You're better with another 15. I wouldn't mind dealing with Anissa MT. She'd probably kick my ass though, wouldn't she? Right, let's have a look. We want something to happen now. Come on, let's have 10 minutes to a new signal, guys. So we'll see what happens at 11, I think. You might get some, you know, reversal signals on the GU and EU. UCAD's looked a bit. I can only say today, I know the DX has been in control, but when you look at the UCAD, 1 hour, that doesn't look like the DX has been in control, does it? You know, I think a lot of it, the GU and the EU, is because of the GBP and the Euro's weakness due to obviously Brexit talks and that. Yeah, it needs help. They need. I think you might have to wait for the 1 hour, Anissa, at 11. But again, they are flattening out. If you look now, you know where we are. 5 minute charts, 15 minute charts. Both the BB bands have flattened, haven't they, on the 15s? That doesn't mean it can't go down anymore, you know. MT's trying to butter you up here, DZ. Better get yourself a microphone. No, because you're right on the bottom here. Look, DZ. Mansell, look where you are. I know it's going down, but how many times have we seen these just fake to go down and then shoot up? You know, again, look where the GU is, and look, you've got blues as well. You're on BB bands all over the show, mate. I'm not saying it won't win. What I'm saying is you're taking the gamble there because it could win this time, but next time, bang, you'd just be doing what Gigi used to do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love the blues. I look at this is where I love the blues, guys. You look at that on the GU there. Told you something, and I know, and it did get the help on the 4 hour as well eventually, didn't it? But it was halfway down that candle, the 4 hour, before it's kicked in, before the 4 hour signal appeared. But the blue would give you ample warning about it, and look what that blue came with. On the 30 minutes, look what that blue came with. There was the help for it. Look what it came with on the 1 hour. There was the help.